Yo, what's going on? So this is gonna be my first ever YouTube video. I'm just gonna be recapping all of the trades that I take. I decided to create this YouTube channel because, well, I know trading's gonna be my future, and my goal in life has always been to get good at something and then teach it to others. And I chose trading. I've been trading for around 6 months now, so not that long. Pretty early in my journey, but I've learned a lot very fast because I've just been grinding and you know, a lot of time on the charts every day, back testing, forward testing, gone through a lot of strategies already. Um, so yeah, but basically the strategy that I trade is quite similar to, maybe if you've heard of PB trading, it's quite similar to theirs, like Blake's mech model, targeting unfilled gaps and um, daily bias, and obviously ICT concepts, inversion for value gaps, SMT, CISD. And then I use something as well, which is something extra called a CVD, which is a CVD divergence. Um, just to quickly explain what that is, actually, just really quick, because why not? A CVD divergence is essentially, this is it here. You can get this indicator on TradingView. If you just go into TradingView and search up CVD, it's called cumulative volume delta. And basically what this is, it shows like buying pressure and selling pressure in the market. I feel like anybody can use this as like an extra confluence, and because it's a really strong extra confluence, because it basically shows when buyers or sellers get exhausted. Like, this is a prime example of this reversal that happened today. This had a CVD divergence involved within it. And basically what it is, as you can see here, this is the high right here, as you can see, and Q came into this 1 hour unfilled for value gap, swept out this internal liquidity right here, this LRL, and then the CVD chart shows that we went above London, but obviously we didn't. So that's a CVD divergence in the market, basically saying that buyers tried to push price higher and then sellers stepped in and overpowered them, and buyers became exhausted at this key level, and then it moved price in the opposite direction. So yeah, I I fumbled the trade extremely bad today because I was trading in uni, and I have this laptop. It's a HP laptop, and it's super slow, so it's super hard to get like two charts open at once. Right now I'm on my computer, but yeah, I'm gonna be going over my bias today and what I was feeling coming into today. So into today, I was pretty bullish at the beginning, up to either this key level up here, which is this 1 hour fair value gap, fair value gap, which is unfilled, or the one above here, which had some LRL resting in it, which was like 15-minute highs, kind of almost relative equal highs up here. Like, if those got swept, then I would have been looking for shorts. But I was okay with taking longs up to this area. On the higher time frame, we are looking quite bearish, but, well, kind of now bullish. But we swept out this 4 hour low within this 4 hour fair value gap. And then from there, I was definitely looking for like a rebalance of the range, which we definitely got. So the range today was, hold on, see, from this high to this low. So yeah, around a 50% like EQ of the range was what I was feeling for today. Coming into market open. Same with ES. We didn't really have any higher time from SMTs, so it was kind of just, see what market open does and kind of react on it and go from there. So again, on market open, there was a decent long that I wanted to take, but it was just too close to my take profit once we inverse, so I didn't want to risk taking this. So my take profit on this trade would have been pretty simple. It just would have been this hourly unfilled fair value gap up here. Could have targeted higher, but again, I want to keep things as logical as possible, because there is a high chance that price could ended up reversing off of that key level. So I wanted to take, hold on, cool, where is the 3 minute actually? Boom. Yeah, so this is what I was looking to take. I wanted to take this 3 minute inversion right here. Obviously I would have de-risked because it's a pretty high stop loss, and I would have taken that trade just up to the hourly unfilled here. This is what I was looking for, but as you can see, the close on this candle is all the way up here, so that would have been a pretty shit trade to take unless you were targeting higher higher draws, which would make sense then, but you'd have to go break even extremely fast. Well, I would have to go break even extremely fast anyway. So at this point, I was either looking for continuation models up to a continuation model to present itself to take a trade up to this hourly unfilled above, or for price to come into this hourly unfilled and then create a opening, so create like a 15-minute fair value gap on the way up to this, and then I could target that as my draw on liquidity, or my trade basically. And because if we were to tap into this hourly fair value gap and take out this buy side liquidity within here, I would be down for shorts, 100% down to an unfilled fair value gap down below a higher time frame, which in this case was the 15-minute. Okay, and also what backed this trade even further? Like this trade was super super A plus. Like this was literally perfect. I'm gonna get into why I didn't take it. I really wanted to take it, but I was trading on my laptop in college, and essentially what happened was I was on the MNQ chart, and it's tragic. I mean, shit happens. It is what it is. Not gonna cry about it, but as we can see here, I was waiting for this 5-minute fair value gap to get inversed, and it got edged on MNQ. And because my laptop is so slow, and because the internet that I'm using in college is also super slow, I couldn't switch to the NQ chart in time to check if it inversed on the 5-minute on NQ, and it did inverse on the 5-minute on NQ. So I 100% would have taken this trade. This is like a trade I'd take in my fucking sleep. This is A plus as fuck. Why was it A plus as fuck? Price came up, rebalanced EQ, rebalanced the range, tapped into this hourly, took out this 15-minute buy-side liquidity. We had a SMT as well. Matter of fact, we had an SMT. Hold on. Oh, I just TradingView keep doing that. Anyway, we had... Oh my god. I love it when TradingView just starts tweaking. Okay, anyway, sorry. We have a... Where is it? Yeah, we had an SMT, as you can see, with this 15-minute high resting within this 1 hour for value gap. Well... But yeah, just this 15-minute high and the 1 hour for value gap. We had the SMT too, right here. Bang. And to top it all off with the cherry on top, we had a CVD divergence at the top here, showing that buyers were exhausted and it was time for sellers to step in. I wanted this 5-minute fair value gap inversion because that's my entry model. It's the highest time frame for value gap within that leg of price, and the highest time frame for value gap within this leg of price was simply just the 5-minute. So the second price inverse this is what I wanted to take. But again, I was in college, and I'm not trying to use it as an excuse. I don't care. It's whatever. I wanted to take this as like a small kind of, I would have had my stops at the body of this candle right here. So 38 point stop, targeting 57 points. Not a bad trade at all. I would like to take this with 1 mini. But I was on the micros chart because I wasn't sure what the risk was going to be on this, and I didn't want to risk more than like 50 points when I'm trading with 1 mini. So I was on the micros chart, and I guess that is my mistake. I shouldn't have been on the micros chart, and I should have just stayed on the NQ chart, but it is what it is. We learned from that. So from now on, of course, I'm going to have NQ open at all times so my laptop doesn't tweak out and not let me switch back to check. But basically, MNQ didn't inverse this, and NQ did. And obviously, if you guys know anything about MNQ and NQ, NQ is always the one you want to be looking at because it is the accurate one, and it is the one that actually moves price. MNQ can do silly things sometimes, like edge, for example, like today, edge inverses or edge TPs or whatever. Like NQ is much preferred, and it is more accurate than MNQ because they do have different buyers and sellers, so it would make sense. But again, I was just targeting this small 15, not this small, it was this 15-minute unfilled fair value gap that opened up at 10 a.m. And from there, yeah, it was really obvious. A plus setup to the dome, delivered to TP in like literally 2 minutes. If even, like, it delivered to TP in like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Basically less than 5 minutes delivered to full take profit. It was a perfect trade. It was completely A plus. I would take this in my sleep, but yeah, my laptop had, well, no, I can't even blame my laptop. It is definitely my fault in a sense that I wasn't on NQ. But I did try to switch to NQ the second I seen that MNQ edged it, but it just wouldn't let me. It started lagging, and yeah, it's unfortunate. It's whatever though. Again, not going to cry over it. It is what it is. So that was definitely the setup today. And yeah, see, the thing about CVDs as well is why they're so powerful. They're almost at every single key reversal. Like off this CVD, we moved 240 points to the downside off this as well. That's why I love using it as an extra confluence. It's more of like an order flow. I know a lot of order flow traders use it, but I recommend, if you don't know what CVD is, definitely give it a look. I'm not telling you to, use it, it's the best thing ever. It is pretty cool, and it makes a lot of logical sense to me, which is why I use it. But check out a video. I know Jerome Trades has a video on it. He's an order flow trader. But if you look up CVD divergence and how it works, you might like it, because I feel like you can definitely apply this with any strategy. So yeah. And that's basically it for the day. I had 2 trades that I could have taken. So the 3-minute inverse, which I decided not to take because it was too close to my final take profit, and then this 5-minute, which I really wanted to take, but sadly I was on MNQ, and I got the inverse for value gap on MNQ got edged, and I didn't have enough time to check NQ because I was in college and shitty ass internet. So it is what it is. It's not an excuse, but I should have had NQ open in the first place, as I already said. But yeah, so it's gonna be my first video on YouTube. Let me know if you guys learned anything, or maybe you can even tell me something I can learn from you guys in the comments. But yeah, that was the trade idea for today. A plus as fuck is what it is. So I made $0 on the day, which is completely fine. It's whatever. Go into tomorrow with an open mind, and hopefully a plus model will present itself tomorrow again, and we won't fade it this time. So that's going to be it for today's video and today's recap. So look, we actually have a CBD divergence right now. Watch price reverse. Okay, anyway. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I'm not going to take them. Anyway, so that's me done for the day. Yeah, I hopped off kind of after this because I got a little bit emotional on the charts. No, I didn't get emotional. I didn't end up taking anything else after it or anything. Obviously, it was just chop after we went into this 50-minute, and then we ended up delivering. But I was a little bit emotional that I did miss this trade and that I wasn't on NQ to see the inverse, and NQ got edged. So I felt like I wasn't in the right space to be sort of looking at the charts anymore, and this was already decently late into the session. It was like 10:30, so I stopped trading at 11 a.m. every day. I don't trade past it because the volatility just dies down and my strategy doesn't really present itself after that. So yeah, that's basically the trade recap for the day. Pretty raw video, no editing. Going to be a lot more every single day. I will be doing a trade recap and posting it on YouTube. I've gotten 0 payouts. I was funded once and then I blew the account. I'm on an evaluation right now with Tradeovate. I'm on an Alpha Futures account, A0, 50K. So yeah, that's basically it for today's video, guys. Let me know if you want me to do anything else, or if you have any tips for me, I guess, or improving. I am open to learn anything, of course. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.